Hey guys, today we're going through MJ's VOD. He's a Raze player on Fracture. He came in thinking that double-satcheling into site was one of his biggest mistakes, but after we watched the whole VOD we understood that it was actually a list of his problems. He's making much bigger mistakes that are actually costing him rounds. We also noticed how he double-satchels in wrong situations in the wrong way, and we talked about how you should actually enter with Raze. Quick intro for anyone's new. I'm Daniel, I picked 8 counter Aurelians, I played in the Valorant Challengers League, and I've coached over 100 students at this point. This is the kind of session that we do inside the Melu 6 Club every week. Before we get into the review, I'm gonna quickly go over Fracture, explain how you should attack and approach this map. So if you wanna skip this part, just use the timestamps below. So to go quickly over Fracture, what people have to understand in attack is that there are A main and B main. This is the main entrances to the site. Everything to the other part is as if you were lurking or splitting. So you can use this as if it was, for example, your mid. So if you take ascent mid right here, splitting A like this, or when you go B, for example, and you split B through mid, it's kind of the same thing on Fracture. This is the split area. This is normal entrances when you fight for space, etc. The thing is that this map does not have a mid area, so you kind of need someone most of the time to be here, just to make sure to keep this space down, have some traps, maybe have a lurk, because they're also pretty close to the side, so lurking is actually easier. So in attack side, what you want to do is, first of all, decide what side you want to hit. Once you have decided what side you want to hit, you just want to, not too fast, right? You don't want to play too fast. Playing too fast on this map is usually wrong, because enemies are going to rotate super easy from if they're like CT or Link, super easy to the other map. And also, you just don't have enough room to do it fast, like you're too far away. The barracks are right here, and the start of the round, you're too far away to go and play super fast. So usually it's just a controlled entrance when you try to take, maybe with some abilities, as satchels even, right? You try to take, get closer to the side, you fight for a main, you fight for sand, and once you're closer here, that's when you kind of take a moment usually, wait a second, your team is close to you, you're ready with the team, and then you try to go out with ultimates or whatever. So it's not as easy as if you were like playing Ascent and you just decided to rush the side down from A main or B main. You cannot kind of do that. It's much more harder. Your duelist can, with the double satchel, try to get an aggressive pick, like on sand with a dash or whatever it is. Or you can try to, if you want, to satchel A main. But it's not the same, right? Like, it's not as easy to do as well. Does the fact that there's 4 ultimate orbs affect the way you play and contest the space? No. Not as much, I would say. I think people in rank don't even think about the orbs, they don't even take them, honestly, so not as much. Higher ranks, maybe a little bit in competitive, but in ranks, no. So, and this is kind of it. You have to fight for A main, control B main, and sometimes have a lurks. And that's kind of it. For the defense, what's important is obviously kind of the contrary, which is fight before the enemies enter the site. You cannot, in defense on this map, just sit inside. You cannot. Because if you will, then they're gonna get, as we just discussed, as attackers, closer, calmly, without needing to rush or anything, and then they're gonna explode into sites with everything they have. It's gonna be impossible to hold for you. And if they have a dish lurk or an arcade lurk, you're just gonna get destroyed inside. So you have to, as defenders, any role you are, try to be aggressive and fight for A main, fight for arcade sometimes. Why do we fight for arcade and not B main usually? Is because arcade just has more cover. You can play behind here, you can play from here, you can play from tower. So arcade just kind of allows you to have more cover, whereas B main is just like an open area when this angle is completely open. So it's a little bit harder to play here precisely. So that's why on B main usually it's only like the operator plays there. On A, you can fight both for A main, which is super important, always fight for a main, or sometimes dish, you can fight with an operator, or usually I just suggest to place a trap on dish. Fracture on Raze is a really good pick agent-wise. Go over the agents really quick for you as well. Sentinels, Cypher is the best. You can play Chamber. You can play also Killjoy is not bad at all because of the ultimate that you can do here. Here for the retics, for the attack side, good ultimates from Killjoy, so Killjoy also. Duelist-wise, Neon, Jett is good, Raze is good, Phoenix is playable. Initiators, Breach is super good, Sky is decent, Tejo is decent, Fade is good. As a revealer, Fade over Sova I prefer, but Sova is also playable actually. I think Fade is better for the ultimate mainly. And then, what do we have left? Smoker, Omen actually is not as good on this map, I think. I will go Brimstone in ranked or Astra. Either Brimstone or Astra. I will go one of these two in ranked. I will not go Omen. Brimstone has a molly, which is super good. His ultimate is really good on this map. His ultimate can clear basically all of the tower or like the side that he can clear on the retakes or as you are attacking also. For the after plant, his utilities are insane on this map. So either Astra or Brimstone, definitely. I think that was it. Let's jump right in. So buying a sheriff on the pistol with raids, let's see. I'm not a fan of it, but let's see. Also, I instantly noticed that your game quality is a little bit too high, personally. Why is the game quality important? The higher is the game quality, the more details you have, and the more details you have, then when it comes to smokes or any other abilities as, I don't know, apart smokes and viper walls, that's the main thing, nothing comes to mind. It's easier to get distracted from it. Maybe Raid's ultimate when she pops, right? Like things that are colorful, they distract you quite easy because there is more detail. So you don't want to have your settings as high. What I prefer setting wise is right this. I suggest to anyone. Multi-thread rendering on, everything on low, everything on off, and then you put anti-aliasing on 2 pair and anthrope filtering on 4 pair. Why do we have this? It's because when you put it even lower, then it gets even more pixels, like too many. So it's actually harder to see for some people, at least for me. Early, it's early. For abilities, there are windows, right? When you're attacking, you want to throw your abilities to help you enter the site. It's right in front of you, so you're not even clearing anything. Yeah, that's just unfortunate. The nade, though, the way they played was fine. It's not too fast. It's okay. They're here, but here you have to enter. You are the duelist. You have to go first. You have to say, guys, follow me. I will enter. I will nade, and you enter, and you go. Breach, can you flash here? Breach, can you stand that? Can you flash out? Boom, boom, boom. You enter site. You won the round. Or maybe you have died and lost the round. But anyways, that's how you should have played. Instead, you just wasted 15 seconds. Watch, like, now, the more time you waste as when you're in front of the side, the more time you give the enemies to rotate. This is really important, guys, something that people don't understand enough. So, and here we can see the same exact problem. First of all, why are we going eco? Were you okay? Wait, let me see. No. Okay. So another mistake. We are going eco after we run a pistol. Never go eco after you won a round. Really big mistake here, not buying the second round. Big mistake. And you lost this round, didn't you? Ooh, nice shot from the chamber. And you see what I mean? That's why. If you would have had, let me see how you die. Just curious. What happened here? So you're fighting when you have a classic in the long range. That's what happened, right? And now, obviously you died. You don't have the shield, you don't have the gun, you don't have the upper hand in the fight. He has a better gun than you, considering the fact that he lost last round. This round was easy for all of you. Also, after you there's another mistake. After you have planted the spike, your goal is not to kill the enemies. A lot of people miss this one. What you could have done here is stay here. 1. Stay top. 2. And I think that's enough. Much better. Enemies are coming, you're playing off angle, bam. If you're here, enemies are retaking, someone of your teammates is the main or here, bam. If you die, your teammates are trading you. Perfect. Round 1. At the end, you lost it because you all picked and you didn't buy. So now you're going eco. How much money do you have? So now you bought. You're playing the opposite way of you should be doing right now. You guys bought now. Somehow I think maybe it worked out. I don't know. It's not how it should be. Definitely not. You should have won the second round, and on the third round you should have still had some guns from the second round. So potentially you can win 3 rounds or even 4. Now if you lose this, you will go eco next round again. And you go eco again. Not you, but your team. Like, what is going on? Then your team is doing the shitty calls. You have to call them out. Especially what I mean is shitty calls like this. When it's like, oh, let's go there, oh, let's maybe do this play, it's different. But when it's, guys, let's just go eco now that we all have money to buy, literally, this guy can buy a vandal, this guy can buy a vandal, this guy can buy a vandal, this guy already has a vandal. Like, what is the issue? right? Why are we not buying the Vandals, guys? What is going on? So you say, guys, just buy. Buy Vandals. We have the money. Why are we overthinking it? You bought the Vandal, good call, good job. I'm just not sure why everyone else didn't. And you saved at the end as well. You have the money. So look. There, I always say it, and it's completely true. You have to follow your team economy. You have to have the same economy as the team. Okay, that's completely fair. So what I mean when I say it, what it means is that when your team has to buy, you have to have money to buy. Let's say it's a normal round, like this one, this round right here. Your team has 2k. Everyone in the team. You, yeah, this is the team. You have 4k. Your team is going eco because the next round your team is gonna have 4k and they're gonna buy. They're going eco, next round they have 4k, they buy. You have 4k now, so what do? The wrong option is to go eco so that next round you will probably have like what, 7k? What are you gonna do with 7k? Why have so much money? Useless. This is the wrong option, right? So what we should do is buy ourselves. We buy as well. We buy. Just make sure that next round you have at least 3.5. 3.5, buy. That's it. You don't have to go eco. You just have to make sure that the next round, when your team is buying, you can buy as well. So here, not buying is a mistake. Unfortunate. Good knife. Ooh, nice kill, okay. One side. Don't. Wait, you heard yourself as well. Yeah. This is why your KD rate is so low, MJ. Are we playing Ninja Simulator? We cannot enter like that. Obviously, you're gonna die. You can be tense. So, satcheling in like that is just like forcing you to use this. It's not a dash. No. What you should have done here is just pick out or satchel out like this. Okay? Don't double satchel side. I really suggest to not double satchel side basically everyone, at least if you're not with your team. You don't have to force double satchels. This was like so unnecessary. And then you also jumped down as if you were playing Overwatch. Oh, okay, that's good, that's fine. The cross replacement is a little bit bad, but let's see. Yeah, the pick was too slow, I think. The nade here is completely unnecessary strategy. So yeah, it's the same thing with your abilities here, right? So first of all, the peak. The peak in here have to be improved. It's a little bit too slow. You're like shifting too close and then you like, I'm not even sure how you did it, but it was like super slow. It was like something like this. Instead, what you should be doing is getting closer, aim, and then just make a step. Just step out, okay? And also, you don't want to be too close when you do it, like this. Why? So, in Valorant, it takes a little bit of time to get the maximum of the speed, right? It takes like one step, basically, I think. So what you want to do is, when you appear on the enemy screen, you want to have the maximum speed that you can have. Makes sense, because that way you're going to be harder to hit. So instead, what you should be doing here is get closer and then bam, okay? Bam. Not like this or something that you did, because this way you appear much slower and easier to kill. That's the first thing. The nade here. This nade is completely unnecessary. Why would you need this nade? Is this nade, ask yourself, is this nade clearing any space? Not really. It's in front of you, you can see it, you're not clearing anything. Is this nade helping you enter side? No. Are you nading an enemy because you saw him? Not really, because the guy actually went away. He literally is not here. He literally is like, he's inside by now. Like, he's not here. This nade is just not good. Yeah, nade side, I said it. There is no one here. He's not even here drop. He's like side or like here right now. So this nade completely wasted. Another on top of it, you didn't take the orb. Yes. I'm gonna... The orb, the nade we already wrote down. The orb is really important, guys. You have to take the orb when you can. I go next. The boombot was good here. The boombot was decent. One thing, the boombot was decent also because it kind of helped you clear the right side. The boombot was good to clear space because someone might be here. The boombot is good. Satchel. I'm scared. I'm scared. Wow. Okay. Okay. Honestly, I don't think this is a good satchel. I mean, you got the kill, but I think it's too aggressive now. Like, you're 4v3, and what if this mix? What if this mix is a little bit better? And he hears that you're... Like, you can see... When you satchel, enemies can hear where you're going in the air, right? It makes like the little shh sound, right? He actually can hear that you're going towards him. So here, what you can do is go side, right? If you want to do it. But don't go there. And also, you're flying too high. You have to go a little bit lower. You see how I did it? Much faster, less time in the air. I'm not flying that much. My feet, when I arrive here, are on the ground, basically. Right? The way you did it is kind of like this, right? Which is decent if you want to end up on this box. If you want to end up here, I can understand it. But otherwise, no. Ankh learned his satchels. Bro, I am Raid's main, bro. Never mind, I'm not. But my Raid is good. I know my satchels. Thank you for pointing it out, by the way. I'm proud of it. Anyways, so the satchels here are not great. I think not needed. You do get the kill, so that's good. Course replacement on the jet could have been better there.
I can ult side.
Wait a second. If your breach is ulting, you don't have to ult. The ult idea is good though. I'm not sure how you missed it. I'm not sure. That has to be a kill, no? Dignity. Betting the dignity here, bro. The nade there is not needed. Because you're not following it up. No one is there actually. Because you're nading too close. You just killed the enemy. Breach just peeked. There is probably no one there. Sage is arcade. She might be tower, but she's probably there. She's much deeper. So this nade, which you just thrown... Wait. Yeah. You just thrown super close. There is no one there. And you're not following it up as well. You see? It literally exploded right here. Completely useless. The boombot. I think the boombot also was not great. Honestly, I don't think the boombot is good. The fact that it worked, fine, I guess. Okay, let's see. Yeah, this is again. Let's see what happens first. You have to pick Sava here. Like, it's the same. We talked about this already. Why are you guys picking him? Hide inside, trade each other, right? There is no reason to pick. No reason at all. Also here, the positioning that you have is like you either are tense or you're dying, right? You're exposed yourself to both angles at the same time. You're making it so much harder for you to isolate any fight, which if you're not tense, is gonna be impossible. Like, at the end, here you isolate it a little bit better. Unfortunately, you do die. You just don't react in time, I guess. He didn't even hit her. He did not hit her at all with the ultimate. Playing sand, I think is a mistake if you play sand. Let's see, maybe you don't play sand in the end. Fatal mistake. Not buying anything and playing sand. So first of all, we explained this at the beginning, so it's okay. It's something that you learned if you watch the first 5 minutes of the VOD. You have to fight for A main. This is the lurker positions. Here, even if there are people, mostly there are gonna be 1 or 2. Defending it is not as important as fighting for A main. Okay? You have to fight for A main. On B, you have to take information on B main and fight for arcade. Why do we fight for arcade and not B main? Because B main is harder to fight for. There is just more open areas. On arcade, you can play behind the box, you can play here, you can play tower, you can play like so many things you can do on arcade. On B main, you have to take proactive information. Fighting is also fine if you have the abilities, but it's just harder. Okay, that's what I'm trying to say. Anyways, you have to 100% play for A main, right? You don't insta nade, obviously. You can jiggle it, right? And then enemies are going out, you can nade, peek with your nade, you see? Using your abilities to help you with the fights. That's what you have to do. Also, fatal mistake not buying in the peace round. Everyone buy in the peace round. Always, always. The nade, insta throwing it. Let's see, did you insta throw it? Mistake. Mistake. We don't insta throw it. What if there is no one? You wasted it. Let's see if you throw it and then you follow it up. Maybe I can say that it's fine. You don't even pick with it. You're just wasting this ability. The guys are aiming. Your chamber is dead. He has no teammates to help him. Reyna is side waiting for Jesus to come down from the sky, I guess. So obviously the chamber is gonna die, right? You were sent, so it's fine. I mean, it's not fine because that's not the correct positioning. But you couldn't help the chamber because of it, right? So if you have started with him, would have been much better. Reyna is just in his head, I guess. And now you're gonna like if you get 1 kill in this round, I'm gonna be surprised. Not because you're a bad player, but because you have a classic with nothing. You have nothing. The enemies have a ghost, they have a sheriff, they have abilities. You have nothing. That's why we fight arcade, one of the reasons as well. And now it's gonna be B probably, right? Okay. And this is what I said. You see, instantly one tap you. I mean, oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, even if you had anything here, would have been hard, honestly. If you had a shield, light shield, you probably could have survived, but it was a little bit unfortunate. It's not even your fault here. Instantly one tapped from the mix. Happens. I think that was enough. These are the notes. We talked about when to use abilities, when to enter, when to go eco, how to play after plant, when to buy.